Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Maniacal S10 Shopping Garage. I am Mike. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. And click on the subscribe and notification bell, and you'll be brought up to speed on all that I do. Hope everyone's staying safe and healthy, and keep those ridges turning, and watch out for the knuckles. Now, tonight, I am going to experiment on some clamps and different ways of making the clamps with different tools, and I want to bring this to your attention of how I'm going to do this and what I'm doing. It's from my 08 Pontiac G6 GT, and as you know from a prior video, I'm using this type of hose I already had, just so you can see the antifreeze circulation for the bypass hose. This hose is not much different than regular heater hose, as you can see. The reinforcement to both, the white spots are the reinforcement, and you get to see the reinforcement in this hose. They're both pressure hoses. I just don't know if this is antifreeze resistant or not. I think it is, at least I hope so. And just regular heater hose. But over time, this gives way too. I hope I don't have to use that. I just want to use this, which I've already got on my motor, on my 3.5. But it doesn't want to seal tight enough on the two nipples of the water pump housing. So I'm having to devise different methods of putting clamps on. I want to use a stainless steel adjustable clamp on the bottom because there's just not enough room to do what I'm going to do at the top one. I barely have enough room to do that one with this same type of hose. That 90-degree elbow with it off the motor, I could get to work. I sealed it the second time and it works like a charm. But this does not want to seal at the nipples. So I'm going to work at that. Science, development to research, the science of it. I'm determined to make this work. Now, for an example, this is roughly the size of the nipple. The nipples are just a bit bigger in diameter than this. And this slides on all too easy, which I had to heat and flare while it's warm to get to go on the nipples easier. So as you can see how loose this is versus what I'm working with on the car. Well, once I heat it, I'll slide it on to do the clamp. This will be back in the video shortly. Now, we're going to see what gauge of the wire that comes with the kit. And I'm going to mic this, gauge it, and tell you what this is. There's a 44, rounded off 45. $33. $31. And a 41. So just round off to the thousands. But I'm using a thicker gauge this time. I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what I'm working with here. Let me get the glare off of this so you can see it better. Here is the examples of what it's capable of doing. And I like that caption right there. Your imagination is the only limit. And as you can see, what I'm working with, and of this picture right here, looks darn near, if not the same thing that this is. And or this picture. So I'm determined to make this work. So here's the info. I bought this at the NSRA in Louisville, Kentucky at the show and swap meet. And well worth the money I spent. I paid $100 for this, cash. I'm going to turn this over. And there you are. Okay, get this video turned around. Okay, here's how I set this up, as like the instructions reads. I just haven't tied it right here yet. That's so nothing slips. And just turn this, and it pulls the sleeve, and it makes the clamp. Once you preset this, of course. And there's a notch right here that the loop goes in. So let's see how this works. You won't see much of me right now, but I'm sure you can hear me. So let's get this on, a little bit of slack, and see what we can do here. I'm using the heaviest gauge wire. Now I'll put the twist in it so it doesn't slip. Now all this wire I'm using is going to be wasted, but I'm experimenting on this hose to the rod with this gauge of wire to see how this works, how good this is going to hold. And I'm going to put the muscle into it. I can't do this on the motor, but I'm seeing about getting the wire as close to uniformed evenly as I can. Let's see what we got. See what we can do here. Turn it over, flip it halfway over as you see me doing. And there we have it. Okay. Now I'm going to turn the camera back around. Back up to where I'm at. And this is what as tight as you want it and the way it should look when it's that tight. As you can see, it's, get it set right. You can feel, you can see how tight that is. But once you flip it, that's it. Whoops, sorry. Once you flip it, that's it. There, now she's focused. See if we get a little closer. See the hose indentation? That's what you want. Even though you won't be able to probably see it on the car or what you're working on, but that's what you want. Let's see how this goes. Let's get this camera turned back around. Okay. Let's see what we have here now. You can untie it or you can cut it. I normally cut it. Now, a little close to the tool, so there's a clamp. So I'm just going to untie the wire. Nothing's going to happen. Okay. All right. Now I can trim it to where I want, and let me get this back down there a tip for you. Okay. I suggest that much to stick out or stick up. And this hose is tight and it's not going to slip easy if it does. And I don't believe it would slip. I really don't. Now, give me a second. Channel locks. Now, if you got room to do this, this is the way I do it. All depends on your situation. Just go ahead and fold it, bend it over. You can actually do it with your finger or thumb. This pretty much just makes a lock to it for you. And there it is. That bad boy is on there. That's what I got to do to my car. Yeah. Oh. Wow. Yeah, that will definitely seal. By the looks of it, even though you can probably see a bit of a gap in there. If you look close enough, I get the focus. I could get the tip of my fingernail in there. There's a gap there, but at the wire itself, that's sealed. Want to see it? This is the basic clamp, wire clamp. Here comes the big trick, which I've never tried it for. And this is about the fourth time I've used this wire clamp tight setup. Now, my cutters, open my lock up, and now I want to show you this because once you pop them back up, it don't take nothing to turn that. And actually, you know something? It's still tough to slide off. There it goes. Well, it was. That's still a strong seal. But not strong enough for what I want. So off it comes, and we're going to try another way. I got a surprise for you, and we're going to see how it's going to work. Okay. My thickest wire. Okay. We're going to do this now. Gonna be a surprise. Both of us. See what we can do here. Yeah, right at 17 inches of wire, what you want. So, let me get a guesstimation here on this, or the handy dandy tape measure. because the first piece I used was 17. I'm just rechecking this. Roughly right there. Haste makes waste, so we try not to waste any more than we have to. But research development, trial and error, it happens, unfortunately. Okay. We're going to watch this very closely. Even though I can't zoom into this. But what I'm doing, I've got to see what I can do here. See how this is going to work. Because I'm not sure how I'm going to have to do this. And this just might mess up altogether this time around. Yeah. So let me get you back up here a little bit more to me. At least see some of me. Get back on. Now I got to figure this out. How I'm going to do this. I'm not sure of this. Let's see what we got. A loop and a loop. Okay, a loop and a... I think it goes a loop and a loop, because this is the first time I'm trying this. Nope. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Let's go another direction on this. I'll have to actually end up using 2 pieces of wire doing this. So 17 inch would be, what, 13 and a half? I gotta give myself enough to work with. I'm gonna do the short version because I gotta use a longer piece when it comes to the car. So let's see what we got. There's a whole lot of trial right here, folks. Everyone. This can almost make you pull your hair out sometimes. But, yeah, we go on with it. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Go for a test run. Now I'm going to see what length I've got, so I know. Roughly, anyway. A guesstimation here. A foot. 12 inches. All right. Now, so you can, I'll block you off, block your view. Couple more twists and see about hooking a drill up to it. Yep, you heard right. That's the surprise. We'll have to plug it in. Won't work good without the juice to it. I'm not going to try to do this manually. Oh yeah. Now we're cooking it. Okay. Now then. Oops, blocking the view. All right. See how close this can go. That should be more than enough. All right. Let's do it this way. Okay. want to show you so far what I've done and hope it works. I gotta make like a knot at this end so the drill has something to bite onto, and see how this works. All right. Them up. Yep. Okay. Reverse this. All right. It's only a hand-tight chuck, so let's see. So it's holding, as you can see. So let's give this a try and see how this comes out. Whoops. You turn it the other way. So far, so good. You don't want to go hog wild on the trigger. And it turns. Not so good just yet. But while it's not on me doing this at the car, well, let me undo this a minute and see what I can come up with. Whoop, wrong direction. It's like left-handed threads, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, or counterclockwise. I intentionally broke it. I want to see something. I believe I'm in the right direction. Okay. There. Broke the rest of it. That's what I wanted to do. Time for another piece of wire. That's not going to be long enough. Okay. Like I said, I believe I'm in the right direction. Just got to perfect it. And I'm wide open to be able to work with this versus on my car. I'm seriously limited on a room. Yeah, I could go to the store or to prefab another hose and use this, but I choose not to. All right. Fold it. Fold it, same process. Okay. All right, let's see what we got. Open the jaws up. Slide it in. Reverse the, well, I'm going to do this hand tight to begin with. It's like working with left-handed threads. I think I've got it. Not as tight as I want it. And I don't know if I get it any tighter. Still too loose for me. A little bit different strategy yet. Stuff doesn't break too easy. Okay. I broke it intentionally. Back to the drawing board. I've got to figure out how to do this wire. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Been a long day and night. I may end up having to use a lot more wire. Okay, let's see. A loop and a loop. I'm going to try double on this. A loop and a loop. See what I can come up with. Okay. Okay, loop and a loop. Now we're working a half hour and 45 on this bed. I'm not sure how good this is going to work. Here's the science part of it. Okay, and then maybe not this way. Put that there for now. Tell you what we're going to do. Let's try it this way. Pull this back up out here. Flatten this kink out. Flatten that out. Different type of pliers might work better. Yep, probably so. Give me a sec. See, once I get this perfected, I can cut through all this chase and go right to it and done. That's the better end result other than fixing the problem. And this time I created it. So let's see what I can do here. I want to get a measurement here like so. Reloop it. Oh, by the way, little short pieces. I don't have a wire welder. I can weld them back together and reuse them at lengths that'll work for other clamps. Be surprised what you'd use these for. Doesn't hurt to keep these. So let's see what we've got here. I'll give you a closer up view of this. It's not the most uniformed. We're going to see how this is going to work. So far I'm 2-0. So let's see. All right. It's challenging, there's no doubt of that. It's definitely a challenge. Any way you look at it. But no pain, no gain. Just think of the many years and trials and errors and practice and test and tune, test this, check that, tweak this, tweak that, and got the drawing board of doing this, how many times they have failed until you get what you want. And I got the determination for it. Okay, here we go. Wish me luck. Well, as I keep, yeah. Oops. Oh yeah, now we're talking. That's a good bit tighter. And don't go hog wild on the button. Oh yeah. Even tighter. Until she breaks. So now, that's how tight the pigtail is before she broke. And she was tight enough on this. So we're going to do this one more time. I believe I've got it now. I believe I've got it. Better be too much and not enough right now. Because I'm on the verge of success. Okay. All right. Give you some of a starting point. See what we got here. Yep, I believe I've just about got it whooped. The big question after I get this success conquered, this trial and error conquered, is getting it where I want it on my motor, or the water pump, should I say. I'm also doing this a little bit different here, getting close to the hose, close to the hose as I can. See what we got. Whoops. Darn it. Oh! Yeah, gotta get hold of it first. Okay. Okay. I'm definitely in the right direction. I'm trying to get a hook out of a fish's mouth. Oh! It's still turnable, but it takes a good bit of effort to do it. I believe this would work. I really do. Okay. Can you see the indentation? And it just don't, like so, it won't turn that easy. You really have to get into it to do it. And then still, it's a bear. So there we go. Get backed up a little bit, you can focus. It don't just turn that easy. Okay, let me get this up here now. It just don't turn that easy. I believe that'll do it. I believe that'll do it. Get it on my car and at the water pump housing. But the tail's going to be about like this much longer. So we shall see on the next video. So once again, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in on my station, or channel, I should say. Thanks to all my subscribers, my followers, the views I'm getting. I appreciate all comments, suggestions. Like, subscribe. If you haven't already, please do so. Notification bell, you'll be brought up to speed to all that I do. So on that note, stay safe, stay healthy, keep the wrenches turning, and easy on the knuckles. And I will see you at the next video. Peace out, everyone. Thanks a lot. Bye.